Hi, ladies.
Morning.
Hello. We're back for our second session.
Yeah, so it's kind of just continuing from where Joy was speaking as well. She was speaking about emotions connected to fear. And I'm going to go on also, but I'm going to go more by saying triggers. And triggers is also all about emotions. Because sometimes people will say something and you feel like they are speaking to you, about you, or they're hinting on you, or, like...
People that get offended.
Yeah.
I say a lot of things and I talk a lot, but, my heart is really not to offend people. But if people choose to, I'm sure they can find something to feel offended about.
Yeah. But I listened to a guy this morning. I just catch the last piece of his little video, and he said sometimes offense is good in the way when people say a thing and it triggers you and you feel offended. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, because then you realize, aha, there's something in me that still needs to be sorted out. I need to take that to God and find out what it is that makes me feel like this when someone says something, and then let Him take charge of it. So,
and if you feel offended, no, it's your trigger. It's not their trigger, it's your trigger.
Yeah. And you know what? There's that true thing that says offense is given, not taken. So it's always...
No, it's taken, not given. So I don't intend to offend you, but you take it as offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes people can say things, and if you're in a good space, it will not even touch you, right? But if there is some unresolved issues in your life, you'll feel like that was now all about you. They can't say something direct in your face. They have to hint or something to let you know how they feel. And those people that's saying the stuff normally doesn't even know that they triggered something in you. And they go on and they enjoy their day and their week and their months, and you get stuck on that thing and you just think on it and meditate.
So true?
And then you don't speak to the other person, and they don't even know why you're not speaking to them. They find it strange that you're so quiet all of a sudden. They have no clue, because they never meant to say anything to hurt you, but you just took it the wrong way.
And a lot of people are blasé. They don't even realize that, you've taken it up as offense. So you think that they don't care because you're offended, but they don't even know that you offended them.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times, sometimes there are people that fight and when I'm upset with my husband, oh my goodness, the things that come out of my mouth. But I don't really meet them, do I?
No, but words you can't take back, you see? So we have to think before we speak. We can't just say a thing and then think the other one has to just... Some people will just shake it off and go on, and some will take it very personal and meditate on it, because, depending... I heard someone say, depending on the kind of natural nature you have, like they said, a melancholic personality, they really meditate on stuff, and they make it in the end, it become a huge thing, so explosive. A small thing that was said become a huge thing, and we've experienced that, because then tales get added, and the devil tells you even more lies, and he's going back to your past. Yeah, and she said that there that time also, so now you see her colors, and it's in the end this huge thing, what was always there inside of you. And it's a good thing that you get triggered, because now it means there's something that you still haven't got healing for.
Well, Madeleine was cleaning up her Facebook page the other day, so I thought, I'll do that as well. And I was highly offended to find out that they'd already blocked me. And I'm like, but I was going to do the same.
No.
I think it comes down to choosing your friends, right, in those specific circumstances.
Because listen, we all like people that's bubbly, that's friendly, that's lovable, that's positive. And so the thing about today is, don't you be that friend that brings people down. Don't you be the one that's and always... There is stages, we all go through that, but listen.
Yeah.
We don't go into, for weeks into a pity party because someone said something. That's just the attitude of a loser.
Yes.
You see it, you see it for what it is. Okay, well, I got triggered. Now I go immediately to God. I say, Lord, what was that about? Just show me. and He'll take you back, and you just give it to Him, and you sort it out then and there, like this.
Yeah.
You don't go have a pity party and go to your other friends and tell them, that one said that to me and it really hurt me. Come on. That's just not of God.
Christy always used to say, and I mean this, I'm talking about years ago, probably 10, 15 years ago. She was really on fire for Jesus. Then I think her husband had just been saved, but there would be times when he would swear or he would say something that offended her. And she always said to me, ek spreek dit dadelik vry. I set it free immediately. I don't think on it. I forgive and I move on.
Yeah.
And I'm like one of those time bombs,
Oh my goodness.
It builds up and builds up and builds up, and then the little thing starts
That's a big mistake.
It is.
A big mistake.
Because instead of me just saying, I didn't like what you said and leave it at that and just say, okay,
And even if you don't have to say, that was ugly now. You didn't have to say that. You just take it and say, I forgive.
Yeah.
Jesus said, Father, forgive them because they know not what they do when He was hanging on the cross. Mm-hmm. So it's time for us as believers to stand up and get finished with yesterday and the past. I can't go on for years and say, my mommy did this to me, and I was abused when I was 4 years old, and now I'm already 60, but I'm still going into a pity party over it. And every other mistake that I make, I'm using that thing of my past to write on it as an excuse. That's no excuse.
Life is about choices.
Really.
And, especially when you get to an age where you can start making your own decisions. I've used this example many times. My dad, his father went to the war, and when he came back, he was just never the same again. But when my dad grew up, he chose not to be like that. He didn't drink. He loved my mom. My dad, to this day, to me, is one of the best men that have ever walked the face of this earth. I don't know how to explain it to you, but my dad was such an amazing man. And he didn't come from a perfect background. He came from a horrible background at times in their lives. They didn't have the best examples. Their father wasn't into all the right things. But my dad made a conscious decision to be the best man he could be. And isn't that what we all have to do for ourselves?
Change yourself.
Yes.
If you change yourself, you'll be happy from the inside out, and it will reflect everyone around you. Everyone else will start changing and be happy, but it starts with you. You want to be happy, the change starts with you.
Yes.
You feel offended, you have an issue. You have mistakes and stuff, stop blaming other people. Stop going that way and saying, but that one did this, that one did, that one was wrong. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Doesn't matter. You don't have the right to be right anymore.
It reminds me of I was just going to say that a dead person feels nothing.
Yes.
So if you have been baptized and you've died in the waters with Christ, you feel nothing.
Doesn't
not rejection, not hurt.
And not go, Lord, why did that one do that? And why? Give the Lord just all those things. Just get rid of them. Yeah. And surrender yourself. Position yourself so that He can change you. Because change starts with you. Whatever you want in your life, it starts with you.
It's so true.
Okay, but so we have visitors now, so we'll have to continue on this subject again. Have a wonderful day.
You. Have a good day. Pop some comments down below.
I hope God shows you all your triggers and that you will just go to Him so that He can show you. Surrender that. So position yourself, close the door, and just get it out. Just forgive. And lay it down.
I just want to say, it's not like that thought's not going to come back.
Keep on forgiving.
Yes. Just continue to let it go until it's not an issue anymore.
May the Lord heal you inside out, and may you be so happy.
Yes.
You're blessed.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Have a good one.